So good morning everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we are going to have a look at the new OM system OM-5 MKII. Not that many changes, but some significant ones that might get in really useful, except for the color. Just look at this thing. You know, it's kind of like this military soft green with black. It also comes in black or in silver. But I've got this demo version here, which is a bit greenish or something like that. So yeah, we're just gonna walk around with this camera today and see if we can find anything interesting. But you can see here behind me that the sky is absolutely fantastic. But I just can't find anything interesting in front here. So I'm just gonna walk into this nature reserve. I just took a couple of shots here, and yeah, I think it's a really nice sky, not a really nice subject to photograph. So, like I said, we're gonna walk around. We're gonna see if we can find something, and hopefully we do. So can you actually believe that this is the first time in over a month that I'm using my camera? You know, the last time I used my camera was on May 11th, that I actually took a photograph, and it's now June 14th. So that's more than a month without photography. And I don't think I have ever done that over the past 3.5 years since I started YouTube. You know, I came back from Italy and France with a ton of material that I had to go through, but the worst or the biggest reason is in this time of year. You know, today I had to leave my house at 3:45 to get here, 3:45 a.m. and that is crazy. And one of the main reasons is that I forgot my insect repeller, really annoying, but the main reason is that my hometown where I live, the freeway is closed due to maintenance. So there's no way for me to get onto the freeway and to get anywhere, you know, any direction I want to go, I have to get on that freeway. So basically it means that I have to stand up at least 20 minutes extra to get anywhere, you know, and with the sunrises this early, yeah, it's kind of a problem, you know, kind of a problem. So, but we're out here and I'm enjoying myself until now, except for those mosquitoes. I'm gonna regret that, but yeah, I just witnessed that nice sky there, and we're gonna see if we can find anything else and test this OM-5 MKII. You know, I always like to take some example shots with it, but yeah, at least we're back. So there's one negative about this nature reserve in particular, that you always have to go through this thick forest to get to the open area here. And looking at the amount of mosquitoes that I'm facing here in the forest, I'm actually doubting if I want to go to this open area with all the pieces of water here. You know, it's probably going to be terrible, but you know, you got to do something to get some content for this YouTube channel. So please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Hopefully this torture won't be worth it. So there's one thing on the outside of the camera that also notices when you're using the OM-5 MKII, and this is actually kind of a great thing, because they finally decided to get this thing out of the Stone Age. You know, the OM-5 MKII is now finally equipped with a USB-C connection. So much better than the other one, the old one that it had earlier. But it's just really nice. And another new addition is that the OM-5 now has the exact same menu as the OM1 and the OM3. And I'm actually quite happy with that, because I used the OM1 for the past 3 years or so, something like that. And every time I'm at a photo fair or at a photo store and someone comes up to me and asks me something about an OM5, I'm like, okay, how does this menu work? So it's the exact same menu, really nice. And there's also some new modes here. I don't think you could shoot a live ND picture with the OM5 before, so that's new. Yeah, but yeah, the new menu, I think a main really good improvement. I really like this menu over the old one, and also the USB-C connection, really nice. So a couple of new features on this camera. So I just ran across this reserve hoping to catch some kind of light, but as you can see over here, we just had some beautiful colors there in the sky when I arrived, but I had to pass through that forest to get to this open area over here with interesting subjects, with trees you can see around this area. There are a lot of nice trees standing around here, but the clouds are rolling in from that side. So with the sun rising over there, there's probably not going to be much left of the sunrise in like 15 minutes. So right now the sun is coming through a little gap, which might give like 5 minutes of light. You can see it starting to glow on my face, and I'm just heading towards those trees over there to see if I can catch some kind of image. You know, it's going to be difficult, but I'm mainly here to explore this new OM5 camera. So I don't have any expectations or whatsoever. One thing noticeable about this camera, I forgot to mention it when I talked about the outsides, the grip on this camera, you can see it, it's gotten a little bit more than the old model. So it's easier to hold with especially big hands like mine, and also the one on the front here. This it feels a little bit bigger, but also the thumb rest on the back here, it just feels more solid holding this camera right now. So I still would prefer an OM1 if you have big hands, but it's doable. You know, it's absolutely doable with the new grip size on this OM5 Mark II. So I'm quickly gonna walk to those trees, and then hopefully I can catch at least one interesting image. So I just spotted a cool dead tree over here, standing on top of a hill, and we might be able to catch it with that bit of a silhouette shot with that red glow in the background. But I have to get a little bit closer to get a little bit more from underneath it to yeah, how do you describe that, to raise that tree above the tree line. And I don't know if it's possible, maybe it's not, but at least it's worth trying. So that's what we're gonna do here. So I hope you can see that tree here behind me. Unfortunately, what I wanted to do is get low. Isn't possible because there are some hills in front of it. But I just thought maybe I could take it like this. But the dynamic range is quite big with the sunrise happening behind this tree, but most of the light is concentrated there. And then you got this dark foreground. So I thought maybe I should shoot a high-res image here. And then I noticed something pretty cool about this camera. That is the second thing that I actually want in my OM1. So really neat. Just a simple thing, and I think it should be possible with some kind of a software update. But on the OM1, the red button on top is your high-res function key by standard. So I changed that. I made it my video record button. So on this camera, the red button is the video record button again. So there's another button here, and I hope you can see it if I show it. It says CP. And I was thinking to myself, CP, what is that, circular polarizer or something? But no, that's not it, unfortunately. That would have really surprised me. But if you push CP, now you get in high resolution mode. And so they made a specific button for that, but that isn't the most significant thing. If you now hold the button just like my OM1 and turn the wheel, then on the OM1 and OM3 you can choose between handheld high res and tripod high res mode. But on this version, and let me try to show you, I hope you can see it. So you see you get the tripod high res, handheld high res, and then you can access the live ND and the 2, 4, 8, 16. Then you got focus stacking, HDR1, HDR2 and multiple exposure. So you can now access all these features just by holding this button, and that is just so clever, because on my OM1 I always have to get into the menu, and now it's just one tip of the finger. While looking through it, I can switch between all those blend modes, or I actually don't know what CP stands for. Probably some kind of neat word, but I don't know what it is. But yeah, definitely a nice improvement. Just a little small software twitch that makes me like thinking, okay, they're making it easier for me to photograph. So there is one cool new feature about this OM5 camera. I just attached the 40 to 150, and you can feel that the weight is a bit off. So this is definitely meant for the bit smaller lenses, but it can fit every Micro Four Thirds lens. Well, what I wanted to state, and this cool new feature that I don't even have on my OM1 at this moment, and it is actually quite neat. So if you go to the setup menu, you have this option now, and I'll try to show you on the camera. It's called night vision, you know, and right now you can't really see a big difference, but when it's dark, and I mean like pitch dark, you can just switch this on and it kind of like works like these military infrared cameras, you know. It's fantastic. So it's not infrared, but it just increases the vision on the screen somehow, and the colors turn a little bit sepia on the screen, but it isn't visible in your picture. So it's just meant to help you take easier photographs in dark conditions, or to focus better. You know, if the screen turns black, it's difficult to focus, but with night vision on, you can just focus on that tree, and it just works really nice. You have to keep an eye out on the histogram. That's what I noticed when I was playing with it yesterday, because you're easily overexposing the image. So that's something to keep in mind. So yeah, but a really cool feature, and I actually hope that somehow they are going to put this on the OM1 Mark II or OM1 with a software update, OM3. I think that should be possible. But yeah, another new OM feature showing some innovation here. And I was thinking that they couldn't invent anything new these days, you know, because what else do you want to what else do you want on your camera? You know, but still they find these little tweaks to make photography more easy, and I really like that. So night vision, new feature. So I just passed this field here with a couple of cows. One bull is quite aggressive actually, and little 3 or 4 small ones, and they just look really nice. So just a little subject to test this camera, you know. I gotta shoot something for this video. So yeah, quite nice, quite a surprise to find them. It's just a farm field here in the middle of the forest. So no idea, but it's quite nice. So I'm gonna take some pictures. Hopefully they can be quite nice, especially those small ones. So that trip unfortunately wasn't that successful. So I took this camera to the zoo with my kids and family. I didn't do much photography, no, it was family time, but I did take a couple of shots with this that I would like to share with you. So I'm going to show these shots right now. And I actually convinced that the image quality is actually quite the same if you compare it to an OM-1 Mark II or an OM-3, but of course it's the same sensor, so that would be logical. So let's look at these images first. So my final verdict about this OM-5 Mark II camera, there's nothing really new to it, you know, but I didn't expect that from a non-flagship camera. You know, I expect new stuff from an OM-1 Mark III camera, for example, or whatever they are cooking up in the development part from OM System. But I think this camera is a really nice upgrade to the old OM-5 Mark II. So the new menu system, the redesign of the button menu up here. You have this night vision thing. The grip is better, it's extended, it feels better, and especially that USB-C connector is definitely worth it. Is this worth investing in? If you're looking for a handable camera, reasonably priced, with good image quality that you can take away everywhere, a small size, then this is definitely something that would interest you. Whether if it's worth upgrading from an OM-5, the first version, I'm not convinced about that. I do think that the USB-C port is really, really important, especially because you can now also charge your camera through USB-C. So I tried it, it works with a power bank or whatever you put it in. I have a charger in my car. So if your battery is drained, you can now charge it in the field instead of just buying new batteries. So that's a massive upgrade for me, and I really like that new menu system. And it just feels better. But the real upgrade from an OM-5 is probably really that USB-C port. That would be something that it's worth upgrading for. But don't do it for the image quality, because the image quality is exactly the same. So if you're expecting more, then you're probably gonna be disappointed. But all in all, I think a really nice addition to the OM system family cameras. And yeah, I definitely like it. I have the OM-1 Mark II, which can do almost the same as this one. So it's not a camera for me to buy, but yeah, it is a nice addition. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, this little review, my first trip with this OM-5. I only had it for a couple of days in a really busy schedule, so I couldn't really test it in depth, but I'm sure there are going to be more videos out there that are doing these in-depth, detailed reviews. This one was more about my experience walking around with it. Not such a successful trip out in nature, a couple of nice images in the zoo, so I hope this is a good impression of what the camera can do, and especially can do. But yeah, I hope that's it. So thanks for watching. I hope to see you on the next video. If you like landscape, nature photography, OM system gear, then make sure to subscribe to the channel. Everything I do is with OM system gear, usually out in nature. And yeah, on location, just trying to make inspirational videos for you to watch. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.